Hello everyone, and welcome to Discount Benefit Solutions webinar on good opening techniques. An opening is a statement or tactic used to engage potential customers in your pitch. This is often your first interaction with the customer. Now, there are several opening techniques that you can use. Today we're going to go over three that are particularly good for the FreeRxPlus business. Now, as you may remember in our last webinar, we went over closing techniques. Now, if you speak to a sales professional, it's probably going to vary from sales professional to sales professional on which one they think is more important, the closing or the opening techniques. By ensuring that you have both a strong opening and a strong closing, you're going to increase your odds for making that deal with the customer and either getting them to take and use your FreeRxPlus card or getting them interested in your discount benefit plan. Today we're going to go over a few opening techniques, tell a story, asking a question, and stating a fact. Telling a story can draw in potential cardholders better than immediately going into a pitch. You don't want to just start pitching your product right off the bat, going into something without a good transition. And that's what an opening does. It allows you to transition into your pitch and to connect with that customer. Now, you can tell a variety of stories, especially with the FreeRxPlus business. It can be personal or from another cardholder. But be sure to leave out personal or private details unless you have permission. Now, if it's your personal story and you want to share your exact savings, or if you even have a copy of a receipt of savings that you received, you can definitely share that with anybody if you feel comfortable doing so. Just be sure that if you're telling about another cardholder, don't give out any personal details such as their name or anything like that. You can still tell an effective story without having to provide all the personal details. Be sure that your story transitions smoothly into your pitch. You don't want to tell a completely off-the-wall story and then go into a completely different part of your pitch. It's a good idea to keep it about savings or how a customer was struggling with their medication and the FreeRxPlus card helped them to better afford or live a better life. Something along those lines that you can smoothly transition into about letting the person you're speaking with know that the card is free, that there's no cost, we don't need any personal information, and that they too can be a part of the savings. Attempt to tie in valid points and keywords. Now, you can do this with any of your opening techniques, and it's very important to do so. Try to slightly emphasize words such as savings, free, prescriptions, things along those lines. Words like that will catch the customer's attention, and when you bring it up later on in your pitch, they're going to tie it back into the story that they heard at the beginning, whether they know that they're doing so in their mind or not. It's more of a subconscious reaction. And make a story conversational. Don't just walk up to a random person and say, oh, my friend Bob saved $33 on his prescription, da-da-da. It's not going to necessarily connect with that customer. Make it conversational. Strike up a conversation with them, ask how their day's going, or if they have a moment to speak, and then go into your story. Now, another good opening technique for your FreeRxPlus business is to ask a question. Now, it's a good idea not to ask a complicated question. Ask something basic that can be answered with the yes or no that could potentially lead into further conversation. For example, you could say, do you have a moment for me to share how you can save on your prescriptions? Or, did you know that medication prices can vary from pharmacy to pharmacy? Do you know someone who regularly fills prescriptions and would like to save on the cost? Or would you like a free prescription savings card for your family? When asking a question, it doesn't hurt to be direct when asking if they'd like a free prescription card. They may be in a hurry, and just you giving them your card along with a little bit of information would allow them to look over it later and then use it later. Don't ever hesitate to give your card to somebody who's willing, even if they don't have time to sit around and listen to your pitch or find out more about the card or the program. This is why it's a good idea to always provide your contact information so they can get in touch with you later. Or even if you close the deal, you feel when you're sitting there speaking with the customer, be sure to give them your contact information so they can always connect back later. And once the individual is engaged after you've asked your question, go ahead and proceed into your pitch. If they just look at you and don't say anything, or if they say yes or no and then just proceed to keep walking, don't chase them down the hallway or the walkway wherever you are to proceed on. They're obviously not interested. But if they seem to stop and look at you and engage with you, definitely proceed into that pitch. Let them know that you understand their time is valuable and that you'll be quick, but you have something that will greatly help them and their family. Now, another great opening is to state a fact. Provide an attention-grabbing fact to engage potential cardholders in your pitch. For example, you could say something along the lines of, did you know that most people overpay for their prescriptions? Now, this is a question, and it goes along with our previous topic about asking a question. When you're stating a fact, you can definitely just say a sentence, a statement, or a question. Any of those, if the fact is good enough, is going to be able to grab the customer's attention and be able to engage them in your pitch. You could also say something along the lines of, last year, Americans spent $374 billion on prescriptions. Or, this free prescription savings card can help you save up to 85%. Or, some prescriptions are marked 1,000% up or more. Be sure to do your research and get true facts. We don't want to provide anything bogus to any potential cardholders. We're here to help them, and we want to make sure that they understand FreeRx and understand how the program works for them to save on their medications. Stating a fact can often provide that shock factor to a customer and allow them to engage further with you. They may say, oh, wow, I didn't know that, or that's crazy. Once again, if they don't seem to interact with you, don't chase them and try to keep going into your pitch. Just provide them with that out if they'd like so. Now, as with any kind of a closing or a sales pitch, you're going to receive a no sometimes. And you can even receive a no or be completely blown off when trying to make your opening. Now, as always, it's very important not to get discouraged. You're often going to receive probably a no more often in an opening than you even will in a closing. If a customer or potential cardholder listens to your whole pitch, they're more likely to give you the time of day or to give FreeRxPlus a try. However, often in the opening, they've already made up their mind that they're not interested, or they're in a hurry, or they don't want to talk to you. So you might get a lot of no's in your openings, and that's okay. Just remember that different customers have different things going on. They might be incredibly busy, and they might just not have time to talk to you. Don't let a no, especially after you've just generally introduced yourself, don't let that be discouraging. If you have the chance, offer your business card or any information that they can take to look over later. Sometimes they might not want it. They may tell you no, but just quickly say, well, here's my card in case you want to connect later. Something along those lines. Be incredibly polite. Now, wish them a good day and mean it. This one is very important. They may just be having a bad day, or they may not just have time to talk to you right then. But by you being polite about the no or the blow off that you're receiving, you have a better chance of connecting with them later, or them getting home later and thinking, you know what, they had a good point. And when you run into them later, being able to make a deal or provide them with your FreeRxPlus card. Be sure to smile physically and with your voice. Having a positive attitude, even when receiving a no, gives you both a good reputation and FreeRxPlus a good reputation. There could be a million reasons why a person is saying no, that they don't want to listen to you or talk to you or even look over the FreeRxPlus card. Just keep in mind that there could be all those reasons, and be sure to be positive. And it would be a good idea to evaluate your opening. Was it too long? Was it engaging? Was it too direct? Ask questions like that. If you don't think that it was your opening, then don't stress about it. Once again, there is just several different reasons that you could receive a no. But if you think, okay, maybe my opening was a little shaky, or maybe I wasn't direct enough or friendly enough, try to work on that the next time. Practice makes perfect, even in the sales world. Thank you for joining us today as we discussed various ways to open your sales pitch. Be sure to visit our website at www.freerxplus.com for further details on how you and those you know can receive savings.